This is the Polaroid Flip, the newest analog instant camera developed by Polaroid. And I'm super excited to get my hands on this thing because I've been a fan of Polaroid for so long, and some of the features from a lot of Polaroid's older cameras were combined to create this new modern package, which I'm super excited to go through all the new features with you guys and explore what makes this camera really special. Let's try and set this up together. This camera takes I-type or 600mm film. Open the bottom of the camera here. Let's just plop this in. Super easy. So now it shows that I have 8 photos ready to go, and I think it's time to go try this thing out. Okay, we're outside. Like a week ago, we had a huge ice storm come through, which I did not realize how destructive ice can be. So many of the trees just got haircuts. But regardless, I still want to test this outside. There's a couple different modes that come with this camera. You've got double exposure and also a self-timer. Let's try the self-timer first. You can connect it to basically any tripod you want. This looks wild. Okay, I'm gonna set this up. Then I'm gonna run over there. I click once for self-timer. I'm not gonna fall. I think that worked out pretty well, actually. Okay, now I want to try the double exposure. I don't think I've ever done a double exposure photo actually with a instant camera before, so this should be interesting. You select it by clicking this back button twice. You can see it says that you're on your first photo. Oh, there's someone there. Technically, all the parks around me are closed right now because there's branches falling everywhere. I'm a rebel, what can I say? I'm just gonna take my photos. First one, rocks. Second one, me. Oh, I still have to push the button. The way this thing works is that it selects which lens it's going to use depending on how close you are. And it knows, because of the sonar autofocus here, that works good in daylight or nighttime because it's using sound waves, so it doesn't matter. I think it's important to make the distinction that when I say autofocus, I'm referring to the fact that it's deciding between 4 different lenses to choose from that all have different set focal lengths. So this will, however, help you if you get too close to something. Like earlier, I was trying to take a photo of one of these plants up here. It'll let you know by this little light here. If it's flashing, that means you're too close, and if it's steady, it means the scene is under or overexposed. So that's really, really awesome because it'll literally stop you from taking a bad photo before you waste a shot. And we love that because film is not cheap. And I feel like it's just enough helpfulness to where it doesn't take away from the experience of getting a spontaneous photo with a Polaroid. I kind of have a bad habit of just like throwing my camera gear into my backpack without a lens cap and just praying that it's all right, which normally ends up in a lot of my stuff getting a little scratched up. So something I really like about this Polaroid design is that it folds over, protecting the lens so that I can't scratch it no matter how hard I try. And this fold over feature was actually inspired by the Polaroid one-step flash that was released in 1989. And it's cool to see how a lot of these features are actually inspired by previous generations. But now let's go through some of the photos that we took. This is the self-timer we took. I showed my brother this photo and he said it looks like I am conquering this lake, like I just found it. I can't unsee it now. I'm not like super happy with how it turned out, but it's definitely my fault for not knowing how double exposure works. I'm excited to like mess around with this more because it was pretty fun. This camera has a bunch of other features that I still want to try out though, so I've invited some of my friends and we're gonna go hang out and take some photos. Yesterday was really fun and we took a bunch of photos. So yeah, let's go through them together. First though, I'm gonna try and scan these into the Polaroid app. You just hold still and then save it to your camera app. So I'm gonna go through and save all the photos that I took yesterday. One thing I really wanted to test out, especially when we were at the arcade yesterday, was the flash. Apparently the flash will adjust its powerfulness depending on how close the subject is to the camera. So I tested that out by like getting some shots where we're further away. And when Viv and I took a selfie together, when I showed her how it came out, I remember she commented, she was like, wow, the flash like didn't blow us out. And I was like, yeah, it's because it adjusts automatically I don't know why that was so aggressive, but I think it did a pretty solid job of adjusting depending on the environment we were in. Like this one, the shadows are a bit blown out, but I think I like that her face is nicely exposed and the lights behind her aren't overexposed. This one came out a bit blurry. It did tell me I was too close to the subject when I was taking the photo, but I do think it messed up because there was multiple planes of glass, you know, shooting through this claw machine, so that one was a little bit more complicated. I tried to get better at double exposure this time. Ryan and Viv really love Guitar Hero, so I wanted to get a cool photo for them. This is the first one I tried getting. I tried having the logo and them kind of in the same shot, but the logo just ended up completely blowing them out. So we tried again, and this time we left a little bit of space in the top half of the photo for their faces, and we reserved the bottom half for the logo because it's so bright. And I think it turned out way better this time. You can see their faces up here and the logo is clear down here, which is pretty cool. So I love this one. While we were driving to the arcade, I gave my friend Ryan the camera and he just like kind of accidentally took this photo, and we didn't think it was gonna turn out because it was an accident, but it turned out like pretty good. She's completely in focus. The lighting's nice. Now the only photos that didn't turn out, I tried getting one with Viv with this like cool mirror, and it turned out like this. So I definitely did not expose correctly. I know I turned off the flash on purpose to see if we could get something interesting. This one did. You know, we're using a mirror, so I didn't want to use flash because it would just blow everything out. But I think I could have upped the exposure a little bit on this one, and it probably would have turned out solid. Also, by the way, IKEA is low-key, like, if you need cool backdrops for anything, like, go to IKEA. But yeah, this one is just me in front of a carpet. And I don't know, it's cute. So where does this new Polaroid fit into their current lineup? They have the more classic entry-level point-and-shoot cameras that have just the basic necessities for you to get the shots that you need. And then on the other side, we have the Polaroid i2, which has a bunch of manual settings for more professional photographers. The Flip fits in right in the middle of the two. It's a lot more affordable than the higher-end version, but it also has more flexibility and control than the instant camera. If you do want to get a little bit more manual with this camera, you can. In the app, you can set it to manual mode, and then you can control the aperture and the shutter speed, as well as the EV corrections, and you can even pick like what lens you want the camera to use. So I really love this one because I think it gives me like just enough settings to where I feel like my chances of getting a better photo are a bit higher than just with the normal point and shoot. There's something about having the physical printout of a memory and seeing it often. Like in our living room, we have a garland of Polaroids set up. I especially like using it with friends and family because it's just really nice to have like a physical souvenir almost of a memory together that I think makes it really, really special. If you're somebody who wants a solid instant camera with that Polaroid vibe to it, and you want to have a little bit more control, but not too much to where it's overbearing, I think this one's awesome. I had a really fun time making this video, and I'm honestly super excited to keep using this camera. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video useful. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and we'll see you soon with another new video. Bye!